Oh, so it's recording. Alright, well I didn't know you could do that. Damn. On a laptop. It's not really zoomed in or kinda doing what it's supposed to do. Focusing. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to focus with the camera, but I remember my laptop was dropped in college and the screen frame dropped in half, split, and then I had to sit there for like 3 hours trying to specifically place the camera right back into place where it had to be. It was a very big pain in the butt, but I did not know that you could do this on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Awesome. I didn't know you could make videos right off the laptop with the camera that I had in it. Now, this is like a 90-year-old woman in a 2013 Chevy Malibu. Normally, your headlights on the switch in the center console, you'd be like, whoa, okay, I'll switch that. But no, you hit that switch. It actually turns the car on and accelerates it to about 90 miles an hour and then explodes. Everybody loves explosions. Unless it's you, then I guess you don't like explosions if you're blowing up. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Supposedly this is my second YouTube video on this channel. I've had a couple more YouTube videos that weren't really talking videos. That was back when I had my band and we just basically made a bunch of stupid videos and a couple song videos without vocals or anything, because we never really decided on who's going to be the vocalist and we just didn't do it. And then I stepped in at the last minute for a show we had at college and I did the vocals for a couple songs that did not match up to a list. But yeah, I'm just gonna start doing YouTube on the side and see what happens. Currently today I rolled up what I believe to be a crap ton of pennies, and apparently I ended up having $118. So I deposited that in the bank and I bought myself a stage 2 clutch for my 240. So I'm really hoping that that's going to arrive when eBay said it was going to arrive, which is this Thursday or Saturday from California, which is kind of short, and I don't trust that, because anybody that's going to send you something next day better be close to you. Otherwise, they're from the government. The government's doing some wicked stuff with time travel and all this alien stuff and everything. I played Saints Row, I know what's going on. That and dubstep. Dubstep's awesome. It makes the world go round. I like when the wub wub gets deeper and then it goes into a wee, kind of like a police siren thing, but I've had a few cases with the police where I don't really like the police sirens in songs, so it kind of freaks me out. My fiance does that to me on purpose, at least once a month, whenever I'm driving in my car. Just going down the road. Here I am, little ricer, S13 hatch, and then she's playing a song, and out of nowhere, police sirens go, woo! And I'm like, oh no! Who's pulling me over today? Nobody, because no cops are around me at that time, and that is a dick move. I do not like that. I've got anxiety because of how many times I've been pulled over. I've been pulled over this last Saturday for not turning my headlights on. I was going to turn them on as I pulled out of a parking lot onto the highway, and the cop pulled me over because I didn't turn them on in time, I guess. So he pulled me over and asked me if it was dark enough. Like, I was just sitting there like, oh crap, here we go again. I'm gonna get a ticket. Hooray. Like, all the money that I just got for my clutch is gonna go straight towards a ticket instead of a clutch because my clutch is slipping in all gears, which is wonderful. They go so fast when they do that. But no, I was just sitting there like, oh, here we go again. My fiance is like freaking out because her seatbelt retractor on my car didn't retract because her door wasn't shut all the way yet. And I shut that, and the seatbelt retracted, so she had a seatbelt. She was wearing a seatbelt. Anyway, I was sitting there wondering how much it was going to be, and the cop walked up, shined his flashlight in my car, and was all like, "Is it dark tonight to you, sir?" And in my mind, I'm like, "Are you an idiot? It's dark every night." And I looked at the front of my car, and I didn't see my headlights were up. I'm like, oh man, I forgot to get my headlights up. So then he's like, license, registration, and proof of insurance. And I was like, I got all of those. So I handed him all that, and apparently my registration was not up to date, but was up to date. And he handed all that back to me and wrote a few citations for me, and he got me with not up-to-date registration and too loud of a muffler. Now, first of all, when I bought my car, it's extremely rusted out. It's a 1990 Nissan 240SX. It's the S13 hatchback, SE edition. I knew it was completely rusted out. I bought it for assumingly $500 more than I should have. And I did buy it, and I bought exactly what I wanted, rust and all, because I'm going to a collision repair class. So it's going to help me out quite a bit replacing all that stuff. But I was sitting there, and I guess just because of the moment I didn't think about anything. Wait, I was talking about the car. Alright, yeah. So I was going to collision class, and my friend gave me a cherry bomb muffler because my muffler was completely like rotted out, and basically the entire exhaust was straight piped because of all the rot that it had in it. It was leaking like exhaust fumes everywhere through every weld that was supposed to be there. It was just a horrible mess, and I fixed that. I ended up accepting my friend's cherry bomb muffler because it was a free muffler, and he said it was supposed to be loud and sound like a race car, and I was like, yeah, totally. I mean, I've got a inline 4-cylinder single cam, the engine nobody wants, which is kind of funny because they only made that for 2 years, and I got stuck with the one they made. I enjoy it. I like the engine. But we put it on, and I welded it up, and my car was up on the lift, and my friend looked at me, and he's like, you know what? That doesn't look too bad on the back of your car for being a V6 to V8 muffler. And I'm like, are you serious? You couldn't have told me that like any sooner? That would have saved me like a whole bunch of trouble if I would have known that. And then I put it on the road. I drove it, shifting, and if you shift up to like 4,000 RPMs, it sounds stupid. Under that, it kind of sounds sort of like a muscle car, but if you had like a 4-cylinder Mustang back in the 60s, which I don't think they had, because they didn't believe in 4 cylinders. They believed in mainly 8 and V6. But yeah, I got pulled over for not up-to-date registration and too loud of a muffler. But my registration was up to date. He did not give me a ticket for the reason that he pulled me over, which was not having headlights on. And my muffler, if I end up posting a video on here soon of it because I'm taking it off this week, to put a little rice cannon on it. It's not actually too loud. It is loud and it is kind of annoying in my car. I mean, it was better than not having a muffler at all, since that's kind of illegal. Also, not having a cat is illegal, but I kind of had to chop that off. But I plan on getting a full exhaust system with a cat and a catback exhaust system later on, soon, sometime, I don't know. But yeah, that was in Alcoa. If anybody was in Alcoa, Alcoa was stupid. All the cops just want to pull you over for no apparent reason at all. Well, I mean, they got a reason, but then they nail you for like other reasons and never put down that first reason why they pulled you over, which I think that's kind of stupid. But yeah, it was quite the night for me. And then I was driving home, and I've got about a half an hour drive from where I was, or where I dropped my fiance off at her house. I got about a half-hour drive home, and 25 minutes through that drive, being 5 minutes away from my house, I got pulled over again. And I was like, are you serious? This guy followed me right off the highway about 4 miles back into a back road until he found a transmission shop to pull me over on. I was like, are you freaking serious? He pulled me over because he wanted to let me know my registration was out of date. And then he got ready to sign give me a ticket, and I was like, sir, I know my registration's out of date. I just got a ticket for that 2 hours ago or something. Here's the ticket. Take a look. So he took a look. Apparently didn't like what he saw, handed them back to me, got in his car, and drove away. So, yeah. Well, my registration is actually up to date. And people apparently go around stealing the stickers off your license plates, because somebody stole my 2014 sticker. Now I gotta go buy another one. That's dumb. I can't believe that. That makes me really mad, because now I'm parking my car mainly because I'm not gonna see my fiance for a week starting today, because she's going on vacation with her family, and I miss her dearly. And I mean, my car's not moving for a week anyway, and I kinda gotta make up enough money to get a $30 muffler off eBay, which is gonna sound stupid when I get it, I already know, because it's a $30 muffler, and when you want a good muffler, you pay about $120 for a fart cannon. But I'm cheap. Just like the clutch I got today. I was going to get a stage 3, but I ended up getting a stage 2 because it was a little bit cheaper, and I saved a little bit more money so I can buy my muffler and get my registration caught up with my sticker. So I ended up getting a stage 2, and they sell them pretty cheap on eBay actually, with the pressure plate, clutch, and throwout bearing, also with the alignment tool, and they give you a cool little decal too. They sell the stage 2 for 240SX, any model, for I think it was $93.67 or something like that. And a stage 3 is like $106 even, I believe. But I ended up going with a stage 2. Apparently everybody's like, if you buy a stage 3, it's going to have so much pressure on your leg that you're going to be insanely crazy. And you'll be yelling at it. And I was like, I don't really want to yell at my clutch because it's going to work. But if you're going from the clutch that it's got in it right now, which is about 2 pounds of pressure on the clutch pushing down on it to engage it, then you'll be going from 2 pounds of pressure engaging to the 15 pounds of pressure engaging. So you have to push it down with 15 pounds of pressure just to engage the clutch, or disengage the clutch when pushing down, and then engaging the clutch I just let off of it. Although you probably burn rubber because the clutch is going to engage like crazy. yeah, if anybody asks me, I'm actually not building a drift car. It's gonna be just a show car. I'm repainting it, and I might end up making another YouTube video separate, because I just looked down at the time down there, which is really cool. They give you that down there too. It's at like 15, 20, 30, 15, 30, 15 minutes and 30 seconds. That's kind of long. And yeah, just want to say I got pulled over, and that's stupid. I can't believe that. It made me mad. Not really. I mean, you can't really be mad at the cops, because sometimes they save the day, but sometimes you get those cops that are just rude. They want to pull you over for like no apparent reason. Like, I'm sorry, sir, that I was driving at a normal rate going up a hill and my muffler was apparently loud to you, but my headlights were what set it off. And I tried so desperately to call around to some of the shops, and I called my friend that owns a shop, and I was like, hey, do you know of anybody that owns a decibel reader for exhaust systems? And unfortunately he said no. So I stopped caring after he said no. But I was actually going to get a decibel read on my muffler and see if it was actually within the limits of the local ordinance, so I could take that to court or something and be like, I got a ticket and got pulled over for something that the guy assumed because he heard it and he said it was loud. But my friend that's the shop owner asked me a question, and he has a really good point. He said, if you got pulled over for having a loud muffler when it's not really too loud, but it is kind of loud, but it's not like loud enough to get pulled over because of, then how many Harley Davidsons do you ever see that get pulled over? And I said 0. And he's like, exactly. And all they do is go wah, bah, 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 all the way down the road, all the time. And I said, yes, you are correct. But my car also does that, downshifting. And one day, driving back from lunch from school, I had lunch out in town, and then I was driving back to school because our lunch break was over, and I had a friend in his S13 dual cam following me, and I downshifted to try and stop at a stoplight, and my car kind of pops and everything. I don't know if anybody's seen the What Does the Fox Say, but my car does go wah pop 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 pow when you downshift. And this particular time I found out how to control it popping and make it pop more. Make it pop less is doing nothing. Make it pop more is tapping on the gas really fast. So I was downshifting, going about 45, downshifted in a second, and it went wah, bah, 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 and then I started tapping the gas really fast, and it's like bah, 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 and then it backfired, and I was like, that didn't sound very good. That didn't sound very good at all. And then I asked my friend, I was like, did you shoot flames? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, sad day. But mainly I downshift because I don't like using my brakes too much, because I bought the car and it didn't really have brakes on it. And I bought brakes, all new for everything, replaced the 2 rotors in the back, and ended up having the driver's side front caliper blowing on me. And then when we replaced that, it ended up doing some weird thing where it would engage on my wheel going down the highway all the time at like 55 miles an hour. It would just engage itself, and then it would shake the entire front end because of its engaging, and then it would heat the wheel up like crazy. Like when I was driving down the highway, I got like a 45-minute drive to school. It would literally engage on the highway, disengage, engage, disengage, and then it would engage and stay engaged for like 10 minutes straight, and then I'd get to school and I'd like walk by my wheel or something and it would burn my leg. It's stupid and crazy. That ended up being a seized caliper, and I did not know that. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and upload this YouTube video or whatever and see what goes on with it, and I guess for lack of videos I'll post another one about all the problems my car had when I bought it, and the story about how it still looks like crap from having it for almost a year. And I guess another video I'll talk about my previous car that I had, which was a 2002 Grand Cherokee. I freaking loved that thing, but I loved it so much that I lost it, and my fiance let me know that one, and that was a sad day too, because then I would have died if I did anything other than roll it over. So yeah, happy day! Rolling Jeeps over. Not really. That was a very bad experience. Anyway, ADHD is really killing me right now, and I really need to upload this thing, because now it's at 21:50! 21 minutes and 50 seconds. ADHD just kills me. It's freaking crazy. So, yeah, real quick, I have ADHD, and it might kick in like crazy sometimes on my YouTube videos. Might go insane, might go crazy. And I got dyslexia, so if I spell something wrong, it's probably because I'm an idiot. So, I hope you guys liked my apparent rant about how the Alcoa police I do not like, and a little bit about my car and myself. So, I guess I'll talk more about myself later on, in like whenever this thing gets done uploading. That'd be pretty cool. Also, I'm gonna try and grow my hair out really long, because I used to have it really long and I liked it, and then I flipped my car over, and the agreement was I just have one of those ADHD once again. I need to stop doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna upload this, and you guys can comment on it, do whatever you want. I personally really don't care. Also, for those of you that are gonna do everything that everybody's gonna normally do, I have this one thing to say to you: haters gonna hate. So I really don't care. If you hate this, I'll take that as constructive criticism. I got a redneck education when I moved to Tennessee. Anyway, constructive criticism. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, I'll upload a video when this one's done. Bye!